My name is Marilyn Reiner, and I'm here on behalf of the Greater Fort Worth Community Charities and the Greater Fort Worth Area Civic Leaders Association, along with Commanding Officer Captain J.R. Townsend. I'd like to welcome everyone here to the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base for the 2017 barbecue and awards presentations. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Lyle Alfke, our president right down here, whom we appreciate so very much. Thank you, Lyle, for all that you do. At this time, we have some very, very special barbecue awards, and I want you to really listen because they're just so amazing, some of these stories. But our first award is the Fort Worth Community Charities Award. This award is sponsored by Bell Helicopter. It goes to our new base commander, Captain J.R. Townsend. We recognize the important leadership role you will play in guiding the NAS JRB to do its job of protective preparedness and guiding this base to be an important part of this community. And I have got Brigadier General Spivey. If you will help me with these awards, I believe that big cup goes to the commander here. So we want to just thank you, Captain Townsend, for your new position here and all that you're about to do.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I want to add my thanks, especially to the entertainment crew. What a phenomenal job. It was great to sing alongside you there in the national anthem. Best of luck to you. And what an inspirational message. Don't stop. I mean, that's exactly what we all need to hear, because we're in one form of service or another, whether that's civil service, whether that's military service, whether that's governmental service. I assume that you all are here because you choose to be part of something bigger than you are. You choose to be part of an effort that is some form of service, and our entertainment is being here is exactly that as well. That's a form of service because you choose to be something that is bigger than you as an individual. So I am absolutely honored to be here. I am thrilled to be in this position as your new base commander and join this community that you all are so proud of. I want to add my thanks also to Master Chief Devin Crossius, who's here and acting sponsor. He's really the sponsor. He and PS1 Tetral have worked hard from our staff over in the hangar, over in the headquarters suite, to play host to this. So I'd like to add my thanks to them as well for their efforts. Okay, so I'll finish just by saying thank you. Thank you to these folks that are down here, that are the real hosts for the event, that bring for all the young sailors, airmen, soldiers, and Marines. Actually, I will finish by paying my respects here to these gentlemen that are on the stage with me. I'm absolutely humbled, and we are all humbled by their presence here. This is truly America's greatest generation. And back to the message of don't stop. These guys haven't stopped yet. They have served their entire lives and starting in their formative years by winning the biggest war that this country has ever engaged in. So I am truly honored and privileged to be on this stage with these gentlemen. Thank you very much. God bless.
The next Fort Worth Community Charities Award is sponsored by the Fort Worth Air Power Foundation. It goes to Don Graves, who was born, Don is right here, Mr. Don Graves. You can just wave there, Mr. Graves. Everybody knows who you are. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about him before General Spivey gives him his award. Don was born in 1925 and shipped off to the Marines in 1942. In February of 1945, he landed off an amphibious tractor carrying a 68-pound flamethrower and a .45 pistol. For 4 long days and nights, the 28th Regiment fought to secure Mount Suribachi. Progress was measured by yards through a maze of Japanese pillboxes, blockhouses, spider holes, and strong points. Don just turned 92 this month, and he can still stand for this award. With that flamethrower experience, he would make a good, maybe like a good Toastmaster, like me. I'm going to bring him back later. At any rate, we thank you so much, Mr. Graves, for your service. We've got something for you. The next Fort Worth Community Charities Awards is sponsored by the Kiowa Casino and goes to Santiago Diaz. Mr. Diaz was born September 6, 1915. He joined the Army immediately after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Santiago was trained to be a medic at Abilene, Texas. After training, he was sent to Guadalcanal in the South Pacific. He was there nearly 2 years. While there, Santiago became a U.S. citizen. He left the Army in 1946. He is now 101 years old. And he's got a couple secrets for us, which we all want to know. So his secret to long life is eat healthy, eat your fruits and veggies, drink a little beer now and then, and most of all, dodge the bullets. Thank you, Mr. Diaz, for your service. Wow, 101 years old. Next, we have another Community Charities Award, and it's sponsored by Range Resources. This award goes to Colonel Robert W. Cooper, U.S. Air Force, retired. Colonel Cooper has had an amazing military career. He served in not only one war, but 3 wars: World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam. He entered the Army at Leavenworth, Kansas in 1942. Basic training in Jefferson, Missouri, had his pre-flight basic training in Kansas, and graduated in Lubbock. Then more training and finally picked up a new B-24 and crew in San Francisco and flew to the South Pacific to join the 43rd Bomb Group with the 5th Air Force. There he flew 41 missions bombing Japanese positions. He then flew a B-24 back to the U.S. and left the Air Force as a captain. When the Korean War broke out, he re-entered as a master sergeant. He learned to fly the B-29s and bombed North Korea from a base in Japan as part of the 98th Bomb Wing. After that, he came back and flew B-52s with the Strategic Air Command, including missions in Operation Looking Glass. When the Vietnam War broke out, he went to Cam Bay to bomb Vietnamese positions in his C-74. He became a full bird colonel and twice saw duty at this base when he was at Carswell. Colonel Cooper retired in 1977. As a side note, I learned today from his son Van, that is here, who also served in the military, that their family has just over 200 years of continual service in the military in the United States. Over 200 years. So we want to thank Colonel Cooper for being here with us today for his service. Thank you, Colonel Cooper. Give him a nice big hand. The Greater Fort Worth Area Civic Leader Award, sponsored by Lynn Zanville, is presented to Major Walter Douglas, U.S. Air Force, retired. He entered the Air Force in 1940 and trained as a cadet at Marfa, Texas, to fly B-17s. He was then deployed to Shelveston Air Base in England, where he flew 35 bombing missions. On one of those missions, his plane was attacked by German fighter planes over the English Channel. He pushed the nose down and dove at the water at top speed. He managed to pull it out of the dive just above the water. The German fighters broke off of their attack, thinking they had shot him down. Walter Douglas retired from the service in 1948 and returned to the U.S. with his British wife, Elsie. In 1949, he re-enlisted to work with B-24s. In 1953, he moved to serve with the B-36 unit here at Carswell. He was grounded because of migraine headaches, and as a result, he was reassigned to high-tech, long-range, over-the-horizon communications. He retired in 1961. He can say that he flew B-17s, B-24s, B-36s, and B-29 planes. Thank you so much, Major Douglas, for your service. Wow. Remarkable stories. The Greater Fort Worth Area Community Charities Award, sponsored by the Greater Fort Worth Area Civic Leaders, is presented to Mr. Joseph Simpson. Joe was drafted into the Army in 1944 while he was working in a Dallas factory, building B-24s. Following his basic training, he was shipped off to Europe aboard the Queen Mary. He arrived in European theater just in time to take part in the famous Battle of the Bulge. Joe was in a flat-bottom boat with 10 others crossing a waterway when their boat came under fire and sunk. He was one of only 4 to survive. After only 3 days of medical treatment, he returned to his unit to operate a 30mm Browning automatic rifle. The German forces attacked, and Sergeant Simpson was credited with saving his platoon, an act that resulted in him receiving the Bronze Star. Thank you, Mr. Simpson, for your service and bravery. Let's give all of these heroes one more rousing applause for their service, the greatest generation. It's been great. We'll see you next year. Thank you so much.